And we're back with a change of plans because something is just fucking wrong with my GZ Doom. It is not restricted to that WAD or that mod. I did enough testing to realize there is just something wrong at the base level, and I need probably a whole evening's worth of troubleshooting just to figure out what's wrong. I don't know. I'll probably just need to nuke it and reinstall it. No big deal. It'll be up for later. But anyway, what we have switched to is a different form of Doom. This is Doom for the PlayStation 1, but with a little bit of a twist. This is actually the PC port of PS1 Doom called PsyDoom, and that gives you such modern luxuries as a 60 FPS frame rate, proper widescreen, but all of which is optional, of course. But let me just first get set up here. Where the fuck is my controller settings? Oh, wait. Those are just taken, I think, just in. Well, let's just start the game and see. Yep. Okay, so we're just handling well. So, like, check this out. Extra options. Go back to the classic renderer, and we get the original aspect ratio with the original frame rate. So it's basically like the old game. Just as we remember it on PS1. Except with a nightmare difficulty because PS1 only went up to ultraviolence. I think. At least I'm pretty sure. Now I'm going to have to pop that disc in later and see whether or not I'm looking like an ass. Which it's very possible I am. Such a weird thing. That glitch or this game, because both are very strange. I mean, this is strange in a great way, but the GZ Doom problem is a completely random, strange thing that I've never, ever encountered, so I have no idea how I'm going to fix that, probably apart from just reinstalling. We're going to turn it back to widescreen, and we're going to give ourselves an uncapped FPS. And it looks cleaner. Now you'd swear it was just a conventional GZ Doom mod, which it is not. That's just the magic of PC ports. Right. I forgot! They put Doom 2 enemies in the Doom 1 campaign. Let's try that again. Damn, that is a harsh fire rate. Oh no! Yeah, this is good. This is going really well. I mean, early chain gun, but... maybe, because this is classic Doom, we go to ultraviolence. There we go. already a massive difference, but that attack rate is literally the difference of life and death. My interact key is different in nearly every Doom port. It makes me insane. It's like trying to name which key is like X on a conventional controller. It's different on every one. Fuck. Keep forgetting about him. I thought the glitch in GZ Doom could be fixed by something as quickly as like just restarting a couple things, but that didn't work. Drive-by. All to get to the fucking Pain Elemental on E1M1. You fucking madmen. Of course, the best part is, as long as you stay close to him, he can't actually spawn anything. Because they just keep being blocked. Don't want to be nearby when it blows up, though. Because those three can cause damage. Huh, I wonder what secrets I missed. It's so frustrating and comical at the same time that as far as ports of Doom go, the PlayStation still used the Jaguar port as its basis, with its simplified levels and lessened texture stuff. Like, I get it. It increases efficiency. It makes things run smoother. But, you know, the Super Nintendo version, against God's will, has more textures, more complex level geometry, more authentic an experience than the Doom 1 segment on PS1. It's just so weird to me. But that's why I had my port triumvirate back in the day. Was, if I wanted to play Doom 1, most of the time I'd flip-flop between this or the Super Nintendo version. Doom 2, this was kind of my only choice until the Game Boy Advance version came out. But there was Super Nintendo Doom, this, and Doom 64. And those were my three. I played this port well after beating the N64 one, though, so it was strange to be like, wait a minute, why does this game sound like Doom 64? When really, you know, it was the other way around. Which is why, honestly, I'm glad for the PC port that fans have made. Makes it a lot more accessible, easy to play, and I think it's a very important part of classic Doom. Without this important chapter, Doom 64 can seem like kind of an out of left field. Same with Doom 3. Missing either this or Doom 64 makes Doom 3 seem like an alien. But really, it's just an evolution of where the series was always going to go. Or at least, if the ports were anything. If this port and Doom 64 were any indicators. I like how the specters are, like, less transparent than their original version. Shit's funny to me. Doom 2 for the Game Boy really was something else, though. Game Boy Advance, rather. Couldn't imagine it running on the Game Boy Color, but I'd fucking play it. I'd fucking play it if it existed. Couldn't believe that candy-sized cartridge had the complete Doom 2 campaign, complete with stuff that the PlayStation couldn't do, like including the Archvile or the Icon of Sin. Or levels like Downtown, the Industrial Zone. Like I said, it's a complete campaign. Not all of them made the cut in the PlayStation version. It just could not handle very vertical things in the engine that they created for this. Which gives rise to another fan project, like this one, but it actually uses this one as little bit of a basis. Well, I use it as a bit of a basis. This is more of a front end. But the idea is that fans have rebuilt all of the levels that were cut from Doom 1, Doom 2, and Final Doom for the PlayStation 1 and remade them with the PlayStation 1's constraints in mind. So, like, for example, in the Doom 2 segment of this game, there is no downtown. Too tall, too building, too much. But it exists in this new fan version. And it's much, much more squat. You know, it's a lot less vertical because of that limitation, but it's made possible. Shortcuts had to be made, certain levels had to have parts reimagined. Like, it was a genuine effort to port those things, and it turned out really well. Pretty sure it can run on original PS1 hardware. That's how I was originally enjoying it, or at least via an emulator. And I like loading that image through this port because then I get the blessed first widescreen, second regular controls. And when I say regular controls, I mean modern twin stick, like, you know, the current classic Doom port. If you're going to play this on original hardware, you have to understand that movement worked differently while the rules were still being written, and those analog sticks didn't exist. D-pad moves and looks. Strafing is usually done by shoulder buttons. I find it easy enough to grapple with, but I could see new fans having a real hard time going back. You don't. As much as I begrudge the differences or talk up why the Super Nintendo version is more complete, back in the day, it was kind of better every now and again to pop on this version and enjoy a version that was like full screen on the TV, wasn't letterboxed the way the Super Nintendo version was. And it goes without saying that the PlayStation version performed better. So, you know, there's give and take. So, do you want graphics and performance? Or do you want authenticity? Are you willing to take the hit today? Yeah, probably, most of the time. Because the Super Nintendo also had that good music. Not that there's anything wrong with these tracks, I actually quite like them. I listen to them when I'm doing work. It's just enough background sound for my brain to chew on, but not so much that it ever overtakes the task I'm doing. I have just as much love for this soundtrack as I do of the original Dooms. I should get some more health before wasting that. Whoa! See, that is because I made fun of the Spectre. It wanted to remind me that it's still something to be taken seriously in the right light. They moved the line def that activates that. I'm just noticing that. Well, I noticed it before, probably, but see, normally it's along these stairs that lift is supposed to activate. But now, it's much closer to where the secret actually happens. Makes it easier to hear. You're like, wait a minute, what is that? Not a bad thing, just a neat thing. I'm not giving those commandos a fucking ounce of advantage. They'll be harder to ignore when they start integrating revenants into the campaign. Which I'm pretty sure still happen in Knee Deep in the Dead. I know there's at least a couple in the computer station. I can't remember if any appear before that. Like, here's another prime example of PlayStation 1 changing the vertical values of things. Like, this should be a giant pit. When you fall in, there's no way out. Now, you just walk around. And there should be a drop in the middle as well, with a switch that brings you up, but now it's mostly flattened. I mean, it makes this not a death trap, so that's, I guess, a plus. Because traps with no way out are kind of dick moves. And that's our doom. Lest we're reminded of the final exit run in Tricks and Traps of Doom 2. Playing that on a console is sadistic. If you miss that run, you forfeit your entire level and you have to do the whole thing again. Good thing I like playing Doom. I just want the rockets. I don't particularly care for this level, so I'm not going to take this exit. Colored lighting was also unique to the PlayStation 1. Contributed to the look of the game. Helped it look a lot less flat, and drew a lot less focus from the lack of texture variety that plagued the Jaguar map set. For the sake of getting it to run on, you know, ancient hardware, Doom has been ported to everything. For the most part, you're going to have a good time, but some versions, like the Saturn version, unfortunate. 3DO version, tragic. That one was frustrating because it should have been so much better. That dev was so great. They ported Wolfenstein 3D to the 3DO, and it was the best version of the game I'd ever played. And then that version of Doom comes out and it barely works, but 3DO just totally screwed them over. I sympathize with that dev. It should have, could have been better. This place is a lot more brown here. I forgot. I love it when jibs fly out a fucking window like that. Aww. Alright, no worries. We'll get you two. Oh, good. You were who I was looking for. I'm gonna get that secret later. We've got goons to smack around now. Chain gun's full. And we get this secret at the end of the level. Shouldn't there be a pinky down here? Oh, yeah, okay, I guess we already killed them. You know what I suppose will be a big positive in having more of those nightmare imps inserted into battles is more opportunities to get the parry that can charge that rocket. So you can always keep that in your back pocket for when, you know, the Cyber Demon shows up. God forbid if he shows up with a Komodo. Under these new rules, that might be stiff enough pressure to bust out the BFC. They did not change that very much. In the original, they at least reshaped it. Well, the revision, I should say. Here, they just deleted a couple lines and that'd be that. That's hilarious. I think I heard a revenant. You guys have at each other. Come on, I know there's some kind of Doom 2 surprise in here. Yep, that qualifies. Are they also thinking about weaponry balance? I'm not sure, for the Ravager at least. You know, I didn't make too much use of that throughout my play. I kind of leaned on the accelerator, the shotguns, and the chain shot. How would you like to see the Ravager changed, or unchanged? I have yet to put it to its use, something I'm going to be changing on my next play. Since I leaned into the Cycler, I'm going to lean into the Ravager this time. Oh god, there's two of them. And now we power the fuck up before we leave. Because Phobos Lab deserves to be nuked. Alright, first we get